Welcome back to Asgard, and welcome to episode 14 of our Inventions modded Minecraft Let's Play series. If you recall, last episode we started setting up our Steve's Cart's tree farm. Since then, the cart did finish a little while ago, so I went ahead and set it up with just set it up right over here so that it could start generating power for us. So if you notice, the solar engine's built up 25,000 in power, which is a decent amount. I also did set up this area over here. This is where the tree farm's going to be at, and I went ahead and fenced it in just so we don't have mobs coming through our little tunnel and stuff right now. Eventually, I don't think we're ready for it just yet, because I don't even have an Enderman head, but I do want to set up an inversion obelisk, probably like right in here, right in the middle, just so we don't have mobs spawning once the trees grow, because a lot of times they tend to block light, and let's see. And they can just be a pain, you know. So we'll eventually set up an inversion obelisk. And I admit I haven't been grinding on the mobs as much as I should be, so we haven't. Our soul shards have not been getting up too much, because usually when I mine, it's down in the tunnels or in that chasm, and aside from a couple skeletons and zombies down there, it's usually not too bad because there's a lot of lava. But anyway, this episode we're going to get our Steve's Cart's tree farm up and going, and hopefully get the stuff set up to start generating power with it, is what I'd really like to do. So the first thing that we're going to want to craft is going to be the cargo manager and the external distributor. So we're going to need these huge iron panes, and just 9 iron panes for that, and then the large ones are 4, and then the large dynamic is 4 of these dynamic panes. So quite a bit of iron. Let's see here, makes 8 of them. Yeah, chest panes. So let's see, we've already got a lot of these made up, and we'll grab some iron and redstone, sorry about that. Alright, now we should be good to go. I also did go ahead and start cooking up some energetic alloy. Right here, I'm doing just a whole stack of it, because we will start using that. We'll probably upgrade our power conduits, because once we set up this power source, those power conduits really aren't going to be able to move the stuff fast enough, or the power and everything. So I figured we'd go ahead and get those going, and we'll start with 32 and see where that gets us. So we're going to need 4 of the large ones, and we're going to need 4 of these huge ones. So yeah, we're not even anywhere close to having enough right now. And that, I guess I should have just filled all, but that's fine. And I made too many, and there's no way to break that down. Whoops. Okay, well, anyway, and then we just need 4 of the dynamic panes, which I believe are just, 1-to-1. So let me grab this, which is fine. I kind of want to use these up anyway, so. Alright. Oops. Grab that. Man, I don't know why I'm not using the portable crafting thing. And look at these. And so we're on redstone. So there's our cargo manager, and then the other thing, the external distributor, is just going to be some stone, redstone, and PCB. So Let me grab some gold. And you know what? Oh my god, I have no iron in there. Are you serious? Maybe I have some iron in here. I've been using up so much iron. Okay. Oh crap. Let me go do just a little bit of mining. Let me charge this up. It shouldn't be too hard to grab some iron. Like I did a little bit of mining, but it was mainly going back through the mines and getting coal and stuff between episodes. So yeah, give me a second and I'll be back once I get a little bit of iron. Okay, welcome back. I got a bit of iron. Not a ton. I'm going to have to do a bunch of mining. Oh, I forget this pack has EE. So we could have just got our iron from that. But I did use up quite a bit of it, like in the blast furnace and stuff. I should pull that out. Making steel and everything since last episode, because we're going to need it for this one. So let's go ahead and get our external distributor. We're going to need 4 of these PCBs and just 4 pieces of smooth stone. There we go, and that's pretty well got us on that. I'm also going to need these item conduits as well. And so let's go get this set up. So the way that we're going to set this up is so it's going to make a lap around that, and then it's going to come through here, and it'll get stopped right here. So let's go ahead and move this stuff, I guess. Maybe. Or I'll tell you what, we'll just move that. And back there. So we'll put the external distributor will go below the cargo manager. So we'll set this up right there. And this is the green side. Let's go ahead and change all of this to all slots are shared by all sides. And then we're going to say the green side is going to pull from the storage, and it's going to move from the storage to the cargo manager on the green side. That's really the only one that we have to worry about right now, I do believe. And then we're going to set this to what is the purple side? Yeah, we'll pull from the purple side. So we'll say all out the purple side. So pretty much everything that comes through here is going to go through there. And we're just going to run some item conduits. Say extract always active, and connect them here into our Java barrels and say insert. And I tell you what, let's go ahead and set the priority to 5, because we might end up setting up like a trash can or something with a filter maybe to get rid of certain things. And then we'll connect this up like that. Actually, let me move this like that. So now that's all hooked in. The last thing that we're going to need is going to be this detector rail. So just iron, up pressure plates, and redstone. So let's go ahead and get that. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, I made the tracks using the rolling machine from Railcraft. So I'll show you in just a second how to do that. But it's basically this machine right here, and it's pretty easy to craft it. Iron pistons crafting table. So to get the tracks, what you're going to need to do, oops, this one, you're going to have to get 6 of these standard rails, which are made in the rolling machine. So you can make them with either iron, bronze, or steel. Steel is going to get you 16 of them. whereas bronze is only going to get you 6, iron's going to get you 8. So I ended up using the steel just because it was a bit better, and you know, the stuff went a bit farther. Then you're also going to have to get this wooden rail bed. It's just 4 of these wooden ties, and these do take creosote oil to make. So, but you make 32 at a time, so it's not too bad. But so let's get our pressure plates. Oops. And our 6 pieces of iron. And let me see. Where's the detector? Well, I'll just pull it back up on Steve's carts. There's that. Forgot to make that when I was down here before. So basically what this detector track is going to do is it's going to detect when a cart goes over it, and it's going to act accordingly. So in this case, with the cargo manager, it's going to stop the cart, and so we've got it set right now to, you know, whenever it transfers, after it finishes, it's going to just continue around the track. So, but you can make it turn back. So really we could have done this with just one track and just made it turn back around, but I kind of like having the 2 personally. So, and this thing does have the cleaning machine, so it is going to pick up stuff near it. So now that that's all set up, we should be able to get this one going. Let me grab a few materials here just so we can go ahead and get it set up. So we're going to tell it to, let's see, the advanced smelters here. The first one, we're going to change it to keep 32 in stock. Oh yeah, I could have shift clicked it. And we're going to say that it's going to output to the engine right here. So that way it's going to keep 32 charcoal in the coal engine at all times, just so, you know, if we don't have the solar power or something, it's going to keep that stocked with power. And we're going to tell it to cook oak wood is what it's going to do, and it's going to make that charcoal. Now the next one we're going to set to, we're going to leave it on the storage slots, so we're going to start filling up this storage, and we are going to say keep how much do we want? Say keep 168. It's a lot, but that's fine. So it's gonna try to get 168 coal and cook all that down. Now it will generally have leftover wood, and that's what we're gonna have going into these wood barrels. But I like to put it at a high number so that way we stay stockpiled with charcoal. And actually, let's just go ahead and boost it up a little bit. 208 sounds great. And we'll play with it. We'll adjust it as we go. And I went ahead and I set the coal engine to low priority because we want to, you know, the less coal we're burning, the better. And we'll go ahead and set the solar engine to high priority. So it's going to start going, and you know, it just planted that sapling. It's planting the saplings that it's cutting down from the trees. And it'll start cutting wood here in a minute, and eventually it'll fill all this with saplings, so it's going to be really dense, and we'll be getting a lot of wood and charcoal and stuff in. So I'm going to go ahead and throw, you know, that charcoal in there. It went ahead and popped one, got fuel, but it's not going to use it just yet, so it's going to run off of its solar power, and then once the sun comes up it'll build up more. So anyway, we'll let that run for just a minute. Like I said, we'll probably tweak the amount of charcoal that's that it's supposed to get and everything, but that'll work for us for right now. So the next thing that we want to do is set up a way to actually use this power, because as of right now we're just going to be producing charcoal and wood and stuff. So let's go ahead. We're going to be actually using railcraft as our power source. So we're going to have to make this solid fueled boiler box, and we're going to do a 3x3 on this. So we're going to need furnaces, fire charges, and bricks. I did go ahead and prep up a bit of bricks. I think it's going to be enough. So we'll go ahead and grab all those. And then fire charges are just coal. Let's see, we'll need 3 of those. And blaze powder. I need more of that, actually. And then gunpowder. Here we are. Okay. And let me get just a couple blaze powders. Actually, I think it'd be better just to get the blaze rod, because that's actually a way to, that still works. So, blaze powder's 768, blaze rods are 1536. So what we can do, if we want infinite EE, I figured they would have fixed that by now, is we can just sag mill up this blaze rod, and we'll get 3 blaze powder, and we'll get a gain of, no, we'll get 4 blaze powder. My bad. So we'll get double the EE that we spend on it. So once we have a better power system, we'll probably be running that all the time and generate just a ton of blaze powder, and then we'll pretty much get everything for free. So, but anyway, to make our fire charges, just throw this stuff in there and get those. I do craft 3 at a time, so pretty inexpensive. We'll get that, and then for our no, solid fueled, there we go. So that's got that, and it's going to be a multi-block. Actually, let's go ahead and build the next part of it. The next thing that you're going to want is the, let me find it here, right here, high pressure boiler tank. There's a bit of different sizes you can do. We're going to go with the 3x4x3, which is the max size. It's going to produce the most steam for us. So we're going to need, what, 12, 36 of these. So we'll need about a stack of steel and a little bit extra, which is fine. Like I said, I prepped a bunch of steel. I didn't need that many. 2 stacks is more than enough. Alright. And the way you get these steel plates is you can just take your steel, do a 2x2, and it's going to start crafting these steel plates. Now, it isn't going to use up the last of the steel ingots. So if you want it to do that, you can just click it, and it's gonna make or use up the last of those. So while that's running, let's go ahead and see, as far as using the steam, like this is going to produce the steam, but it's not going to actually produce any power. So we're going to make just some of these steam dynamos, I think. Yeah, for right now. Eventually we'll change over to maybe like a turbine or something, because these will actually run turbines very, very well. But for right this second, I think, let's see, let me take a look, because we might actually just move up to the big reactors turbines, but I feel like that might be a little bit expensive on us at this point. Yeah, because I mean, we're going to need cyanite, which, does it have, okay, you can make cyanite, which is sand and yellorium. Yeah, I'll tell you what, we might actually do that. Instead of doing the steam, nether quartz isn't really an issue. The cyanite, the graphite's just cooked coal. Not going to be an issue. I'm going to need a bunch of iron. But we do have AE, so it's not really an issue. Glass. We'll need plutonium for the controller. Which, does it have the reprocessor? Because if it does, no, we're going to have to make a big reactor before, okay. Oh no, here we go, cyanide reprocessor. So we can craft this. 2 cyanide will make plutonium. So we can do it. And we only really need those 2 pieces, I do believe. The rest of this is all just housings. They don't have an EE value. We'll need a bunch of diamonds. Yeah, it's going to be an expensive build, but honestly, I think we might go with that, because the steam dynamos, if I'd craft those to actually utilize the steam, it's going to be what, 11 copper, 2 iron, silver, 2 redstone, 3 redstone. For each one of those, and honestly, we're going to have to craft, generally with one of these, I'll craft like 20 steam dynamos, and we're still not using up all the steam. So, I think what we'll do is we'll probably, next episode, go ahead and start setting up a big turbine. I think is what we're going to do. Because I think it would be quite a bit better on our resources and everything to just go ahead and do that. Let's see, where do I want to set this up at? We'll set it up right... Well, I don't know. I'll have to replan this because I wasn't originally building out this room for a turbine. But for now... I'll go ahead and show you how this works. So, set that up. F7 looks good. Okay. And you'll want your firebox below your boiler. Like that. And then bring our boiler up. And it's just going to be just a full block. And basically what the boiler box is going to do, like, well, I can't open it up just yet, but it's going to cook any solid fuels that get put into it, and basically heat this thing up. So we'll be generating a bit of power, you know, or heat to make steam with this. So there we go, we've got our steam boiler now, and yeah. So we'll put our coal into these slots, and it's going to cook it and produce the steam. And we are going to have to keep this thing filled with water, so let's go ahead and set that up really quick. And we'll take a look as well at the cart and see how it's doing. And it's very possible it probably hasn't even made a lap yet. Yes, it did. We have quite a bit of charcoal now. It didn't produce any extra wood, but that's fine. For right now, we're going to try to keep it focusing on charcoal till we get a decent amount built up, and then I'll probably adjust it just a little bit. So, if you notice, as it goes around, it's just cooking charcoal, keeping this stocked, and collecting apples and saplings. And eventually, like I said, once it gets enough saplings and it fills in all this area, so we have all these trees growing, we will very likely be coming out positive on wood and charcoal, even with the limits that we set. So, but we'll go ahead and get water feeding into this. We won't be producing steam this episode. Don't think. Now these things do take a really long time to heat up, so just be aware of that. Let me think. How do I want to do this? Do I just want to... I'll tell you what. I'm probably, between this episode and next, I'm going to run a lot of blaze rods through the sag mills and get us just a ton of EE built up with that. Is I think what we're going to do. Because honestly, with this, it's not really going to be that hard to make a big turbine. So, like I said, next episode we'll cover the big turbine and the cyanite reprocessor and all that good stuff. So, what color? Okay, I need blue. I couldn't remember. I was thinking generally my water line is blue, but okay, let's see. go ahead and connect this into the blue, blue, blue line. Alright, and okay, I wanted to see, I didn't think this pack had transfer nodes, but I couldn't recall. So we'll dig out a little area back here. This is where we're going to input all of our charcoal and water and everything, I think. So we'll just set our ender tank back here. We'll connect a pressurized fluid conduit. And was that pumping? Okay, there we go. So we got that all connected. Let me go ahead and light this up. And I was thinking how we're going to get the charcoal in. There's a few different ways that we could do that as far as getting the charcoal down here. But I do believe that we're going to use ender chest. You know, I was thinking about the B space upgrade and stuff. You know, that's a possibility. But honestly, the ender chest is actually cheaper, and I like the way, you know, it works and everything a bit better than the B space. So it's just a little bit easier to set up, and tends to work a little bit better for me for you know, moving that charcoal and stuff. So if you notice, it's replanting all the saplings and everything as it goes around. So now this is fully fully functional, and you know, it doesn't really take any input from us. The only thing we'll have to watch is as it goes around, this woodcutter is going to really slowly drop down on durability, and when it gets down, yeah, if you notice the solar power, it's ran out when it goes under those trees and stuff. But the durability, if it gets down, we can just use that reinforced metal that we use to make the hull and the woodcutter and everything. We can just use that to repair it. Now, we will probably look into getting a Galgadorian one and upgrading it before too long, just because that one has infinite durability. But we'll see. So let's drop down here. He's about to finish out his lap. So he's going to come over here and sit next to here. And if you notice, he's starting to fill this up with items, everything that he's collected as he went around. And so now it's going to fill up these barrels and, you know, put everything in here where it goes. So, but yeah, anyway, I think we're going to end the episode out there. Sorry we didn't actually start utilizing the steam and everything. Basically, I'll plug this into an ender chest before next episode, because it does take it a really long time to get heated up, and I'll probably need to come up with a better method for generating water. That aqueous accumulator is really not going to cut it as far as keeping this thing filled up, I don't think, because these do require a lot of water. But that's fine. I'll come up with something and I'll let you guys know. Like I said, next episode we will be building a big turbine, and you know, getting this whole steam boiler going and everything. It just seems like a waste to do the steam dynamos, because really the turbine's not going to be that much more as far as resources and stuff go. So, but yeah, so we got our Steve's cart all set up and our high pressure boiler. And once again, I do apologize that we didn't get the power utilized just yet, but big turbines do take a little bit. So, but anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the episode, though. If you did, as always, please comment, like, subscribe, share it with your friends. We did actually just hit 100 subs, and I just want to say thank you so much for that. You guys are awesome, and I do really appreciate all the support. I've had a lot of really nice support since I started doing the videos, and you know, I've had some really nice comments and congrats and stuff like that for the 100 subs, and I just want to say thank you guys. It really does mean a whole lot. So, and yeah, I hope you guys join me for next episode, and we'll have some fun setting up a big reactor. I'm really excited about it. I absolutely love big turbines. They're really, really, really nice. So, but yeah. So, hope to see you then. And until next episode, do take care, and see you next episode.